and welcome back to Ruby's story. She is just resting here by the river in her mother's favorite spot, kind of thinking about her family and what happened to them. She is waiting for Yukon and Amber to arrive to eat this mule deer fawn carcass that she got and was not able to carry home to them. She didn't want it to go to waste. She was only able to take a little nibble off of it. She spots them coming down the hill and across the river now. Amber. Yukon. She is happy to see both of them. You can hear that Yukon's jaw is still very fractured. I know Ruby's is also. She still has that major jaw injury. Chandra still has her major jaw injury, and Amber thankfully only has a minor jaw injury, so and Yukon still has his minor jaw injury as well. So yeah, she's just going to let them finish that off. Looks like they did that just fine. That put Yukon back to 122 and Amber back up to 100. So they'll go ahead and make their way back home. To get a little drink here. I'm sure the nice cold water feels nice on their jaws. Some pronghorn wandering into the area. I don't think Ruby's ever seen pronghorn come through here, so that is a new sight for her to see. But yeah, she's feeling pretty tired, pretty exhausted. There's still a little bit of this territory that needs to be taken care of. You know, she's right on this border, so I think she's definitely contemplating, like, is it worth taking the time to strengthen this? She decides it is. You know, her paws feel heavy. Her eyelids are, you know, she can barely keep her eyes open. She's so exhausted, but she's gonna go ahead and just make sure all of this is strengthened up. She knows how important it is in keeping her pups safe, so, you know, taking the time to do that is important. You know, in her tired state, she still needs to go a little bit further than that. Let's make sure we're going the right way. We need to go a little bit to the north, it looks like. Oh, it's very steep. I think it's up here, though. If it's the same place her mother kept the scent post. She really just wants to go back home. She wants to cuddle up with the pups and take a long, long nap. She would love to catch up on some sleep. She musters up enough strength to lope along. Let's see, the marker must have been moved down here somewhere. Or it's just a different territory hex than I'm thinking of. Huh. She certainly doesn't have the energy to be swimming right now. She can't remember where she put her marker here, so she's gonna put it on this dead tree where she likes to put her markers. Alright, and I think she's just so tired. She just wants to get back home. She's not going to worry about any more territory. She can see Yukon and Amber are just as exhausted as she is, and they've been away from the pups for quite a while. I mean, Yukon and Amber were with them for a minute, and then Ruby called them back out, but you know, she's sure that Chandra's probably wondering where they are, and you know, it's in the middle of the night. Bellies are nice and full, so she hopes with some rest she'll be feeling nice and refreshed once again. Oh, boulder field. Ruby sighs like, gotta walk around this. She figures there's a little bit of territory to take care of over here anyway, so she might as well, since she's running by it, she might as well just go ahead and make sure to take care of it. That's not even the one she was thinking of. But again, she doesn't care. She's just gonna keep heading home. She hopes that whatever territory is still weak and needing strengthened, that it'll hold out until she gets some of her energy back. She hopes the other packs, around her don't take advantage of the territory she's let get too weak. She rejoins her pack, Chandra and her pups, exhausted from the day and just so ready to collapse and nap. She says hi to the pups and to Chandra. She can see her mate Yukon also feeling exhausted. Chandra, who's been hanging with the pups, putting down more food for them like a good big sister. And Ruby's just going to collapse and go to sleep. Looks like Amber's minor injury is healing. Yukon's as well. That's good. Hopefully soon we can get some of those major injuries healed up as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Let's take that off. Get another picture there. Here we go. Ruby is still just so tired. She doesn't even want to get up. Studying the scents. She thinks she might smell a little bit of possibly bear and coyote, I was gonna say, and yeah. Oh gosh, oh no, we're gonna lose some. Amazon. Rio. Did they run off? Ruby's exhausted state. She just was not quick enough to register that she was smelling coyotes so close and so near, and unfortunately she lost a pup. Poor little Amazon, named after one of her brothers. Ruby knows this was her fault, you know. Her body's just exhausted. Her jaw is in so much pain, and you know, she's been trying her hardest to, you know, make sure everybody's fed and make sure territory is doing okay, making sure to feed her pups. That, you know, she's kind of running herself into the ground, and you know, she just wasn't fast enough. She was too slow to respond. And in her sadness, I think she's just going to lay down and go back to sleep. Time to leave soon. Yukon coming over to see if his mate is okay. He can see that Ruby's taken that one really hard. Well, thankfully, our major jaw injury has healed up. Yukon, again, checking in to see if Ruby's okay. Ruby's going to give him a lick. Let him know she's okay. She's feeling a little bit better now that she's gotten, you know, a little more rest. Of course, she's still sad about the loss of Amazon, but she's feeling a lot more refreshed than she was. She really did need that extra bit of sleep so that she can do a better job in caring for her pups, caring for her pack. Sounds like Chandra and Amber are wanting to go out and hunt, and Yukon is starting out their morning prayer. Ruby will certainly join in with him. Oh, Magnolia. So sweet. Let's go ahead and we'll send the pups in. Looks like their affinity is doing good. Rio, you need to go on in. He really wanted to play with his stick. Aww. Saying his byes to everybody. Ruby is definitely thankful that she's feeling better. Her body feels stronger, and you know, I think everybody is hungry enough to do an actual hunt. She's had time to think and ponder on things. You know, she can see that her impatience with things, has put her pack in some not so great circumstances. So she's trying to remind herself to be more patient like her mom. I do think she would be very frustrated with this boulder field because of her impatience. You know, she does not like having to run clear around when it'd be so much faster to keep running straight towards what she was smelling. But yeah, she's reminding herself she needs to remember her mom's lessons. She needs to take her time a little bit more and really watch out more for her pack mates, her family, because if she doesn't, then, you know, they might not still be here when she needs them. You know, if she runs them all into the ground, then, you know, that doesn't do anybody any good. She did smell a bison herd, but I think she knows that they could really use an actual elk hunt. There is bison carcass scent on the wind, but again, Yukon's already going after that one. Ruby prefers fresh meat for her pups to try and keep them as healthy as possible, so she is going to continue following the scent of this herd in the hopes of finding a weak enough one to take down. And, you know, she knows that she could certainly feed everybody off of the ungulates, but it would take so many to find, and with her impatience, she doesn't want to have to find that many. This is a different elk herd, but the scents have changed, or the winds have changed, so I think we're just picking up a different herd than what we were following originally. I mean, this one might have been the first one we were following, I guess, but it's certainly not the one that we were just following, I don't think. I've stumbled into other pack territory, so I think Ruby is going to... Yeah, she's caught the scent of their marker here. She's trying not to lose the scent of this herd. She's a little worried that there's not much scent coming from this herd. You know, there's just little particles here and there that she is able to pick up on. Oh, here we go. Getting very close. There they are. Alright. They will go ahead and do their rally, try to take this territory over the rest of the way. Do a prayer for a successful hunt. Praying that everybody is kept safe and not injured too much. And Ruby's gonna do her best to keep the herd in her own territory and try her best to find a weak one. Looks like they could use to go north. Her territory is definitely fading a bit, isn't it? So let's get around them. Guess we just need to push them more that way. Yukon going straight in for this one. Let's give her a bite. See if we can't get them running. Here we go. And she reminds Yukon and Chandra and Amber to be patient and really watch the herd and see if they can spot one that is truly a bit weak, because they still have so many minor injuries. Is anybody still majorly injured? Yukon is still majorly injured, and Chandra. So yeah, they really do need to take it easy as much as possible here. That's really pretty with the sun setting and they're chasing the herd. Hope I can get a cool picture here. Let's get up here a little bit more maybe. Oh, that was the wrong button. Oh my goodness. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's get on with the hunt. Pull everybody back again. Stay patient. They are in Melon Creek territory again, but only for a minute, so hopefully that's not a problem. Be patient, Chandra. I should be calling out, reminding her. Remember, guys, be patient. Yukon trying to get up here to do some more test bites. There's a pond up here. Ruby hopes that the elk don't use it to their advantage. Thankfully, they're running straight on by it. The herd does seem to be pretty strong right now, considering nobody has started tumbling yet. And she does know that they are nearing the time where the herds are the strongest. Once the pups get into that growing pups phase. Oh, she didn't see her fall. She is pretty strong, so she'll keep the herd running through a lot of their weak territory that needs to be strengthened up. Ruby is doing her best to stay focused though. This one's a little bit weaker. That might be the weakest one yet. Keep an eye on her. Oh, oh. Don't know why they're all turning back. That one also tumbled there. Yeah, I think they're going to focus in on this one here because she was a little bit injured. They are starting to get into the middle of the herd. Not the best place to be, but yeah, Ruby's going to keep chasing this one in the hopes that she stumbles a little bit more again. Chandra and Amber doing their best to hang on to her, but Ruby's calling out to them to, you know, just let her run, let her run. Hold back. Even though Ruby also bit her in her, again, impatience. Yukon latching on now. I think the rest of the pack is getting a bit impatient now. Yukon even going for a different elk altogether. Ruby was trying to find a shallower spot to cross, but it was not any shallower than what she was already in. Oh, this one trying to fight. Are you weak? No. Ouch. Trying to get the herd running again. Oh, what is this? Ouch. Are you weak? A bear box, huh? That one is not any weaker. This is proving to be quite a long hunt, much longer than Ruby was wanting to do. And again, she's starting to kind of beat herself up because she's like, we should have just went after the newborn ungulates in the grass. Again, she's putting her pack at risk. You know, she thought this was going to be the better plan for today, and again, she was wrong. And you know, it's all life lessons. It's all stuff she's got to learn. Yukon suffering another minor injury. Trying to, oh, right there. I think we can take her down now. Oh. Oof. We will definitely give thanks for this large meal for her pack, but she's definitely going to remember that even though they were successful, even though they were able to take it down, you know, a lot of them were still injured, and it took a long time to bring her down. Took pretty much like the whole day. And yeah, Ruby is thinking that this was definitely not the best plan. Thankfully, they will all have full bellies though. And I think we can rip off a piece to take back to the pups as well. They can eat meat now. Yukon is still eating very slowly because of his major jaw injury. Where did we end up? Ended up over here, so we could take care of some of this territory. Amber and Chandra are all filled up, so Ruby's going to go ahead and send them back home to be with the pups since affinity is really dropping. Yukon needs a little bit more time to eat because of his jaw, so I think Ruby and Yukon will go try and take care of some of this territory before they head back home. You know, they ran through quite a bit of territory that just, you know, they could tell their scent through there was pretty weak, so they definitely want to take care of that. They are being invaded to the southeast. Probably Malin Creek. Another elk herd. Certainly don't want to hunt again. Looks like this scent post is on the hill that she likes to look out over, overlooking this bison herd down here, so definitely a scent post she would like to keep. Then they need to head more to the east. I think Ruby is thankful to get to spend a little bit of time with Yukon as well. Let's get a picture of them together under the stars. Carrying back this meat chunk for their pack for the pups. But yeah, Ruby's thankful to get to spend a little bit of time just with Yukon. You know, it's nice to just be with him sometimes. She, of course, loves her pups, and her older pups, Chandra and Amber, but anytime her and Yukon get a little special time together, it's really nice. You know, they can discuss things, discuss their plans going forward, and I think both of them would agree that hunting today, even though their bellies are nice and full, it was not worth all of that time and the injuries sustained during it. Yukon also bringing home a rabbit for the pups. What a good dad. He really is such a good father. He does such a great job with the pups. You know, staying back with them when they are traveling, carrying them back to the den, you know, helping hunt and go on patrols. I don't think Ruby could have asked for a better mate. Looks like our post is this way. Hopefully not too far this way. Running across Amber and Chandra's tracks on their way back home. Ruby is happy to see that they are headed in that way. just like she asked them to do. There it is. It was a little ways off here. And Ruby, again, exhausted. She's just going to head back to the den, take care of territory on the way. Try not to go out of her way to do anything else. She really ran herself into the ground before, and she's trying not to get to where she's that exhausted before, because that really did cost her one of her pups' lives, and she's not forgiving herself for that one. She knows that she needs to take better care of herself, because when she doesn't, her pack pays. Ruby's happy to see her favorite waterfall spot again. It was a little out of the way of the den, but not too far. Oh, good. Chandra's major injury is healed. Wonderful. Oh, she just gave away where her baby is. Oops, wrong thing to bite. Yeah. Ruby had a meat chunk in her mouth, but this is going to be way bigger than that meat chunk. She had a feeling that cow elk was giving away the position of her baby, and her suspicion was correct. So this will make a much better meal for her pups and for Amber and Chandra, who have probably already given up some of their food for the pups. So it will probably be more for them than the pups, really. Ruby coming home once again exhausted. She's carried this elk calf the whole way. It's so heavy, and she is so thankful to be back home, but she does not appreciate that she's so tired again. She's going to give thanks for this elk calf for her family. They were blessed with it on their way home, and she is so thankful for it. She's happy to see Chandra being so good with the pups. It seems like Chandra is really doing a good job of taking care of them. She can see that she will make a great mother someday, even with her very independent and sometimes stubborn attitude. Magnolia, what are you doing down here, girl? Ruby very tiredly picking her up to bring her back while she carries her little stick. Rio, come on now. Ruby would love nothing more than to just get another nap. She does not want another incident like before with losing little Amazon. She snuggled up to Yukon all night and woke up to the sunshine up on her back. We've grown our pups to 15 pounds, which means it's time to move to a rendezvous site. Hopefully there's no danger lurking around. Here come the pups, all big and lengthy now. Little Magnolia. We got Rio heading off in that direction, and Silver snuck right past us. Look at you guys. Yukon feeling good about the day. And Ruby, though she is still a little bit tired, she feels better than she did the other day. Her affinity isn't quite where she would like it. Let's get a picture before we head off since the lighting is so pretty here. Aww. I think the pups love their mom so much. Alright, well, where do we need to go? Could head up to this one. That would give us a chance to kind of expand our territory and stuff. I don't know if this is one that we used or not, but I think that's what we're going to try and do. So, you know, Ruby remembers seeing a spot she wanted to try taking the pups to, and you know, she's going to call them and tell them to follow her. She hopes the river isn't too swift this time of year. She can't remember if it is or not, because she's pretty sure that her pups are probably going to have to cross over the river. Hey, Silver. Keeping up well. Ruby's happy that they have longer legs now and they can keep up pretty easily. Amber with her confident tail. Yukon as well. Looks like some deer running away from us. Ruby remembers back to the last time they traveled together and the pups they lost along the way, and she certainly hopes that's not the case this time. There is a moose with her calf. Let's get away from them. Come on. Come on. Oh my gosh, please no. Pups. Pups. Oh, she's trying her best to call the pups. Oh, they're just going after them. Come on, guys. Please stay close. Please stay close. Come on, Magnolia. That's not a good idea. Come on. Ruby did not see the moose there at all. She just heard them. And by the time she heard them, it was too late. Come on, guys. Rio, please. Come on. Rio's still over there. Is there a tall grass patch over here? Come on, guys. Come into this grass patch and hide. Oh, good. Here comes Rio. It's Magnolia and Silver. Everybody, make it over here. Oh, thank God. Oh, I think Ruby would have a very big sigh of relief. That was really scary for her. Let's see. The pups still have quite a bit of energy, so let's go ahead and call them out. I think she'll raise her tail and warn them, like, you know, stay away from moose. And stay close, because it's dangerous out here. It's not all fun and games. Just to figure out how to get them down from this hill without getting them injured. Oh, great. Now she's smelling coyotes. Certainly not what she wants to smell either, especially when all of the grass patches are gone. Pup sticking close to Amber. Thankfully, they've all seen water before, so they were quick to jump right in and swim across. Good job, guys. Ruby is very proud of you. Come on, Rio. Rio loves the water. I remember when we were at this, yeah, look at me. He's lapping it up, getting a nice refreshing drink. Yeah, when we crossed the stream, I remember him crossing, and then he went back for one of his sisters, like, look, see? This is great. Alright, let's find another grass patch. Looks like one over here. Put them in here, make sure we have everybody. Where is... oh, I was like, where is Silver? Alright, and then Ruby is going to just do another check around to be sure everything is still smelling safe. She does spot some deer down there. But she's pretty sure everything's okay. She'll give the pups a sniff over, just kind of see how they're doing. Yeah, they are looking a little bit tired. Aw, look at how cute. Look at you, Rio. She's wondering if she should just let them rest here, since they are all just curling up trying to go to sleep. You know, she's trying her best to make better choices and better decisions, but seems like whatever she does, she ends up making the wrong choice. Magnolia is all about still exploring. Just gonna go ahead and send them back in because they do look so tired. And I think Ruby is going to run ahead and just check this rendezvous site and see if it's worth taking her pups all the way there. She kind of remembers it, but not really. She wants to see if it will indeed be a good one, and you know, just see how the territory is around it, and if there's anything she should be like really worried about. Looks like they do need to cross another stream. There are some pronghorn over there. That's nothing to worry about too much. Shouldn't be anyways. Just happy to see Yukon coming along with her. Some mule deer. Looks like her scent post is here. She's happy she did come to check this out because their scent post was super weak. Where is this? It says we're like right on top of it, so must be this up here. So they'd be right on this hill. I think Ruby is thinking this is not the rendezvous site she was thinking of. And she does not like this big hill right here at all. She remembers how the stranger wolves came up over the hill and took little Shira, and you know, everything can really sneak attack them from here. I think she would definitely express her concerns to Yukon and wonder what his thoughts on it all were. Thankfully, they have not brought their pups too far, so if they need to use a different one, they can. There is one over here that Ruby and Yukon can go check out real quick. I think they'll go ahead and do that. Just because, yeah, that's definitely a concern for Ruby. She does not want to be in anywhere where she can't see out. If that's anything that she learned from her mom. Yeah, they always picked rendezvous sites where visibility was better. She wonders if the rendezvous site that's over here is the one that her mom used, because they are kind of entering into her family's pack lands. She is pretty sure that territory up here must be pretty weak because she has not been up here in so long. She would be surprised if it's still theirs at all. And to her surprise, it is still theirs, but barely. Oh, there's another moose calf here. Well, if you're gonna give us the opportunity, Ruby's going to take it. Yeah, they're pretty tired. I seen the moose attack, and then I heard the sound, and I thought Yukon had gotten hit and died or something. Thankfully, that was not the case. Ruby will give thanks for this meal. And yeah, they are going to go ahead and eat on this. It will be a lot to carry back. Will definitely slow them down, and Ruby's already pretty exhausted. She was hoping to just rip off a chunk, but there's still a little bit left on it, and she will just have to take it back. Oh, she remembers this den, and then it dawns on her that the rendezvous site that they're probably heading towards is... Yeah, it's the one that her and her brother grew up at. And it's the one where coyotes were really, really awful here. And she lost a lot of her siblings at this rendezvous site. And, you know, her mother never wanted to use it again. She does love how far she can see out. You know, she remembers hunting this meadow so many times and how nice that was. But she also remembers how many siblings she lost here, and she certainly doesn't want to lose more pups. I feel like she's really not sure where to take her pups. She thinks back and tries to remember where was the spot that her mom always took them. It was a really good rendezvous site. She wonders if she can possibly find it. This territory is pretty weak, so she is going to go strengthen it up. Her scent post isn't very far, thankfully. This moose calf is really slowing them down, because if she runs, that's all the faster she can run, so she might as well just trot along here. She sees the glow stick, and that also brings back so many memories, and she knows that the rendezvous site that she's thinking of is not far from here. She's pretty sure it's just over here in these hills somewhere. So she's going to continue on her way. She's going to try and find the rendezvous site that her mother used with her and her siblings. You know, she doesn't know if she'll use it long term, but it beats all of the rendezvous sites she's come across so far. And yeah, then she's gonna have to go back to her pup. She'll probably just leave this moose calf where she decides to go. But this has been a long episode. I am thankful that I was able to do another long episode for you guys. It looks like this territory is not ours, so we'll have to deal with that next time. But yeah, that's all the time I have for today. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging with us. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and consider subscribing if you are new. If you are already subscribed, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you guys. If you are newly subscribed, then welcome in. I am so happy to have you here, and I hope you are enjoying the content. Be sure to leave a comment in the comments so that I can say hi to you guys. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a blessed day, and until next time, bye-bye.